Hey everybody! Well, today we're going to take a look at this brand new item from SDToys. This is the Jaws 3D poster from the 1975 Steven Spielberg flick of Jaws, and it looks just like the poster that we saw for the movie. Now, I ordered this back on April 4th of 2020 from Entertainment Earth, and I just got it in October of 2022. It took 2.5 years to get this thing. I have no idea why it took this long, but every time I kept checking back on the website, Entertainment Earth's website, it kept pushing back the release date. And then finally I got tired of it and I emailed them and I said, look, I've had this thing on order for 2.5 years. When are these things going to get here? And they wrote back the next day and they're like, oh, well, we just got these in. We'll be sending it out to you. And they sent it out the very next day. Now, I find it a little strange or even suspicious that as soon as I email them, they just happen to get it in. So I kind of wonder if maybe they just forgot about my order and realized their mistake and sent it out. I don't know. I'm glad I got it, but it's ridiculous that it took 2.5 years to get here. So on the back here, you can kind of see how it's it's encased. The shark is encased in there, and you can see the girl swimming at the top. So the measurements on this is 11 inches tall or 28 centimeters tall, and also 7 inches wide or 17 centimeters wide. So that's kind of the dimensions on it. But anyway, it's really cool. And when I'm done, I'm also going to compare it to the old 2006, this is the 2006 McFarlane version. So we'll take a look at the two of these side by side and maybe see which one's better. Alright, so let's open this up. I haven't looked at this yet. Let's see, we got some foam up here. Very, very curious and anxious to see what this looks like after 2.5 years. Ooh, wow, right there we see the top of this. Oh, wow. Ooh. Okay, wow, this thing has got a little bit of weight to it. Not too bad, but wow, that looks really cool. Let me see, we got the foam down here on the bottom. Okay, let's get all that out. Wow, that looks cool. That looks really, really cool. Okay, yeah, I hope I'm not getting too much light reflection on this. I'll try to get a better angle on this, but just right now we can kind of take a look at it. Ooh, man, it's bigger than I thought it was going to be, and that's a good thing. Here's the girl on the top. Oh, okay, yeah, let's take a closer look at this. I really like this. There's the bottom, Jaws Universal. All right, let's take a look at this because I'm loving it already. All right, so let's take a closer look now. Right up here at the top, we can see the girl that's swimming right up here. That looks really cool. I love the way they did those waves on the plastic. Now, it's kind of interesting. The girl actually, if you've seen the movie, the girl at the beginning that gets attacked by the shark, spoiler alert, she's actually nude. She's actually nude in that scene, and so I see that they actually added a bikini or a swimming suit to her, probably for modesty's sake, I would guess, but we can see how she looks there, and let me try to get closer in at some of the details of her. Let me see if I can get some good light on there. So she's painted pretty good, and they did a pretty good job on it. I really like that water. That looks really good. Look at that from the side. It's like a nice, it's a relatively thick plastic. You can see right there how thick it is. Now looking down here at the shark, now this is a little interesting because it looks different than what the pictures showed when on the website. I think they still have the old picture. That might have been a prototype, but I do love the way that shark looks in there. But if you look at the pictures, this looks different in here. I think it's a little more clear, so you can see the shark a little bit better. And there's kind of a background. They have different kind of stripes of color in there that looks like it's water. And I kind of liked that better than what they got here. This is kind of just a solid blue all the way through. I'll insert a picture so you can see what the original photo of it looked like here. So there you can see what I mean. But I mean, this isn't bad. I just kind of think it might have looked better to have that striping back there. But I do like this. I think it looks really good. Look at the nice detail on this shark. Now, I wish I could get it to light up a little bit brighter. I'm going to have to put a bright light on there. You can really see the detail on the shark. It looks really good. Looks just like the one you saw in the movie poster. Look at all those teeth. That looks really good. There's the bottom part of him, and I love these bubbles. If you look at the poster, they do have these bubbles on here. Those are really well done. I really like that. On the side view here, let me turn this. So we do see the side of the shark. I gotta say, it looks kind of creepy in there. It really does give it a kind of eerie look. So you can kind of see how it looks right there. That looks really good. And maybe a good thing about this version versus the one that's got the painted background is that you can actually see the top of the shark as well, although there's really not much to see there. But at least he's all there, so it's three-dimensional. Very cool. And then here's the other side of him. Just like the other one, you can actually see his nostril right there. The dark eye. That looks really cool. Looks like he's painted really nice. Looks like some gray and dark gray highlights on there. Very, very cool. Down here we have the base, where we got the Jaws logo. And you can see how the base is like this kind of shiny plastic right here. And it has that kind of a beveled edge on this front part right there. Looks really nice. There's the back of it. So, you know, the only thing I think that this could have really benefited with is to have some lights. If it had a light inside there, I think that would have been really cool. Like maybe a light behind the shark, and then it's kind of casting forward to kind of maybe, I don't know, just kind of make it look kind of creepier down there. Of course, we're looking at this in broad daylight. I'm going to wait till I can get the room nice and dark, and I'll put a little light behind there so we can take a look and see how this looks. But I think this is really cool looking, and I'm actually very pleased with the job that SDToys did with this. And here's a look at the bottom as well, if I can get the light out of there. So yeah, it looks just like it would underwater. Nice details. All right, well, let's take a look at what this one looks like compared to the McFarlane one. All right, now here are the two side by side. So they look, you know, similar, because of course it is based on the poster. Of course, the McFarlane one, now as I mentioned, this came out in 2006, and I have to say, this thing has become quite valuable over the years. I think they're selling for about $200 now on the secondary market, which is crazy. But you can see the difference on this one. It looks more like the actual poster because it's got the credits and the text on there, just like the original. And this one, you know, there's no glass in front of it. You can actually touch the shark on here. And you can see how good that shark looks. It's painted really well on the highlights of it. You can see how creepy it looks. Three-dimensional, of course. You got the same kind of bubble kind of thing going on in there, and the mouth. And you can see how they did the water. The water is actually this thin plastic right there. And the girl is swimming up there, and she actually is nude because McFarlane wasn't scared to do that back then. The bottom, they just kind of painted it so that it's kind of distorted under there. But it looks very, very cool. Look at the way they did the background. It's kind of got this kind of discolorization back there for the water, so it makes it look like it goes way back. There's something I do think that could have benefited this one, but then again, because that's kind of a dark blue plastic and it has a little bit of, you know, kind of like a frost to it, I'm not sure you'd really notice the coloring back there. I'm not sure. I kind of like that this is looking the way it is, but you know, here's the Jaws logo, and from the top here you can see how this is done. See, it's got like the posts sticking out that support the wording and the lettering. And this one here, it's all plastic as well, just glued together. And then on the side here, you can kind of see how that looks. It's got the wording right there. And then this one was made to hang, so you got the hanger on the back right there. So yeah, very cool. I think there's some copyright. I'm not sure you can read that. But yeah, I mean, so it's definitely, it's a thinner version. You can see the thickness difference. This one's about twice the thickness right there. And then the McFarlane version is a little bit wider. But I don't know, I like them both. You know, there's definitely good and bad about both of these. But I really like it. I don't know if this one's going to become as valuable as this one. I can't believe that one's up to $200 now. You know, McFarlane made, I don't know, 3 maybe 3 or 4 of these 3D posters. I can't remember what the other movies were. The Jaws one is the only one I bought, and I think they're really cool looking. And I'm not sure what the other ones go for, but I thought that was really neat. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't expand on more of these. But I'm glad to see somebody else kind of decided to take the next step from the original McFarlane one and do something different with it. I think it looks really good. I'm not really sure which one I like better. There's good and bad about both of them. So yeah, I like them both. It's kind of hard to decide, but I don't know. Which one do you guys like better? I think they're both pretty cool. And here we can look at it with a light. So if it had a light on top of it, see, it would be really cool if it had that effect of like the water on there. And it could be, it looks a little washed out on camera here, but I think this really would have benefited having some light in it. And maybe even like the Jaws theme, you know, or something like that. Some kind of battery-operated light. I think that would look really, really cool. Really add to the creepiness, or even have the light so that it makes that kind of watery effect like that. And if you put it in behind, see how it kind of adds to the effect. Look how creepy that looks. Kind of puts the shark in almost a silhouette. But yeah, I think that would have looked really cool. So a missed opportunity to not have some kind of a light effect in here. I think that would have looked fantastic. So there we go, the Jaws 3D poster from SDToys. I think this is really a cool looking piece. It's better than I thought it was going to be. When I first saw it, I thought it's going to be kind of cheap looking or something. I mean, this looks, I mean, you can tell it's plastic and all that, but I think it's done really well. I do wish maybe, like I mentioned, the background would have a little bit of something going on. But because this nice blue frosted plastic, I think that actually looks really cool. And because I got the big studio lights on here, it kind of brightens it up, but in the dark it looks even cooler because it looks a little more creepy. But I think it's really neat. So this retails for $60. I got it from Entertainment Earth. So they're selling this, so is Big Bad Toys, and also Sure Thing Toys. I actually have another one of these on order from Sure Thing Toys. I haven't gotten that one in yet, but I thought I'd get 2 this time because after the McFarlane one going up so much in value, it might be good to get another one, but like I said, I don't know if this one's going to become as valuable. I don't know. Maybe not, because I think the McFarlane ones were a very limited release. And so, yeah, I don't know. But I think these are really cool. So if you're interested in one of these, go and get them, because they are just now finally available. And hopefully you won't have to wait 2.5 years like I did. Alright, well that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'd very much appreciate it. And I will see you on the next video. So thank you again, and have a good one.